everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I have an Ultraman X review for you. This is Tsurugi Demaaga. Demaaga debuted on the show rather early, and this is kind of a souped-up version of him. On the show, you'll see from time to time the monsters will get doused with kind of a dark purple mist, and that kind of supercharges them and, gives them new powers and things like that. So this is one of the larger Spark dolls. You can see the paint on it is very nicely done. It's got a little bit more articulation than your normal Spark doll. Still has the chip in the foot. And he does come with a cyber card. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut that off. We'll take a look at the card and a closer look at the large Spark doll. Alright, so taking a closer look here at Tsurugi Demaaga. I think he looks fantastic. For articulation, the head can move side to side at the neck right there, as you can see. The arms can move up and down. The legs can move up and down, and even the tail has some side-to-side articulation. So definitely one of the highest articulated Spark dolls we've seen, even for a larger Spark doll. I think he looks great, though. The amount of detail and paint into this guy looks fantastic. You have the kind of silver tips on all these spikes on his back. Looks really, really good. I love the big kind of molten spikes coming out of here, and there's some molten kind of coloring here on his thighs and on his kind of side blade or arm blades, whatever you would like to call them. Still does have the chip in the foot, which we'll take a look at that with the X divisor. But just overall, it's a really nice level of detail, especially on the head. The teeth, the eyes, the crest up here, all painted very nicely. Definitely one of the best, I think, best looking Spark dolls, and definitely best articulated. Just for a little comparison, here is the normal Demaaga. As you can see, definitely some similar coloring. And this is a normal size Spark doll, just for a size comparison as well. So on the show, this guy got hit with some purple lightning, and he became this guy. And he was quite a force to be reckoned with. So I already loved this little Spark doll. This guy is just fantastic. Really, really nicely detailed and articulated, especially for a vinyl doll. So I'm going to kind of move him off to the side just for a second. We'll take a look at the cyber card that he comes with, and I'll zoom in a bit here. So this is Cyber Tsurugi Demaaga. He's got kind of a Cyber Gomera kind of paint scheme, or color scheme, I should say. But I really like the look of him on the card here. I think that looks pretty neat. You can see he is BK024. Turn around just says unknown on the back. Is type G for ground, I think. Yeah. So there you go. But we'll move along to the sounds they make with the X divisor. First up, we'll be taking a look at the large Spark doll with the X divisor. For the Spark doll, it does not matter if the sides here are open or closed. It's going to make the same sounds. Come on, you. So as you can see, it kind of makes the same kind of sounds as far as the features go. One's like an energy training, and one is like a power up, power down situation. So, I mean, it makes growl and name sounds specific to the Spark doll, but then the kind of stuff after that is kind of generic. So I'm going to put him off to the side for a second and bring the card in. Now, with the card with these closed, it's very similar as far as makes the growl sounds, says the character name, and then says kind of power up, power down. So I'm not going to bother with that because it's very similar to what we just heard. But I will open it. And we'll get the armor sounds. So because it's not a show-featured armor, you basically get the same kind of generic final attack sound and then just the screech again of the monster. But overall, I still think it's a neat card, and I definitely think it's, you know, get some fun playability out of the X Divisor, just not as much as if it was a show-featured armor. I think this guy's a lot of fun. I definitely love the paint scheme and the love that went into him as far as the intricacies in the paint. I think he looks fantastic. And he's definitely better articulated than most Spark Dolls. So if you're picking and choosing, I definitely think this is one to pick up. The Cyber card that he comes with is very cool design. Doesn't get a whole lot of playability out of the X Divisor, but it still gets some, and it's fun to collect the cards. The nice thing about the Spark Dolls, too, whereas the normal size ones are usually somewhere in the area of $4 to $5, this guy's anywhere from like 8 to 12, varying on where you find it. I don't know, some bigger ones are just cheaper than other ones. I guess it depends on how many of them they get in, things like that. I'm not sure. But in any case, if you're picking and choosing or just collecting all of them from the Ultraman X vinyl doll line, this is definitely one that I recommend because I think the color scheme and paint is beautiful, and I think the articulation is great. And it's just a fun overall monster to have on your shelf or play with. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Tsurugi Demaaga from Ultraman X, and thanks for watching.